We caught up with some members of the security team from London's Whittington Hospital to hear how the legislation is working in practice for them. First of all, tell me a little bit about your role in the team.
Okay, I'm a security team leader at the Whittington. I've worked there for 15 years. I'm in charge of a team of 4, and our hours are from 6 in the morning till 6 at night, and obviously 6 at night till 6 in the morning. We do a 4-day on, 4-day off, which is 2 days and 2 nights. And anything that happens within that security team, obviously, as the team leader, I have to take a command. How
frequently have you found out that you've been using this new 119?
Maybe once or twice a shift. As I've stated, that the figures have come out and we use it 249 times in the past year. At that 249 times, I think 95 times we had to physically remove someone. And when I say physically remove them, that means just turning up and actually maybe just escorting them out of the premises. There has been times when maybe it has been a bit more physical, and then we've had to call the police, and the police have come in and used the same legislation, maybe only on about 6 times of actual whatever we had to use physical force.
So really what you're saying here is these new measures are as preventative really as possible?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you can nip antisocial behaviour in the bud, then obviously it stops us from getting into physical force and high risk situations. So we will turn up, explain what the law is, and once they understand that, then it usually stops it there.
Yeah. Now you're saying, how did you train for this, and what kind of staff do you allocate to these roles?
Okay, basically we got a very good security manager, and there's 20 of us in the whole team, and what he said is obviously you're dealing with antisocial behaviour on a day-to-day basis, so I'm going to put you all forward to do the course. We've done a special course on mental health situations because obviously they have a reasonable excuse for antisocial behaviour. So we got to understand what mental health was, and then we went on to another course that showed us how we could use the powers and the benefit that it brings to us as a department.
So you found with this legislation the training has really taken you leaps and bounds forward?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, it empowers you to know that what you're doing is covered by law, and also if you do have to use physical restraints, you're also covered under Section 120 of the law.
And again, when you have to deal with conflict now, you were saying there that you're finding that it acts as a good deterrent, another tool in your kit.
It does. Once you start to explain to someone that antisocial behaviour means that we can actually remove you from the premises, or you would have to leave, like I said before, you'd be escorted out, 9 times out of 10 their behaviour goes back into line to what it should be within the hospital.
And have you, during your work, you say you'd had training in mental health issues, have you found that that's been really useful, sort of back on the cold face?
Yeah, definitely. To understand when a person's going through a crisis, and understanding what they're going through helps you do your own job.
Do you have to remove, you said you don't really want to be removing people?
No, exactly. To remove someone is a last resort.
Again, have you found this legislation has helped you deal with them as well as the patient?
Yeah, definitely. You know, obviously working in a hospital, people pass away in hospitals, so there'll be relatives coming in and they'll get upset, and maybe they'll punch a wall, they'll scream, and you have to take that into consideration. You can't just go in and say, right, you've caused a nuisance, you've got to leave. You take that all into consideration. But then there are other people that turn up to see their friends that are drunk, and you turn around and say, well, hold on, actually, you need to come back another time, and that's when we'll use the laws.
I mean, again, you said there, you find this now, some legislation that's easy to help you differentiate and sort of make boundaries for people.
Yeah, certainly the CJIA has definitely helped us, and it's made the department empowered us with the knowledge on how to deal with certain situations.
we've talked about mental health issues, but obviously as well in cosmopolitan towns and cities, language can often be a barrier. How have you come across that?
Well, luckily enough, obviously, because it's a cosmopolitan area in North London, but so are our staff. So if there's a person that can't understand English very well, we have got a lot of staff where we can call up and say, can you come down and be an interpreter and explain the rules for us? So it's definitely helped.
So that's how the legislation is working in practice for the security team. The staff now feel confident and empowered to deal with nuisance and disturbance behaviour in the most effective way and within a legal framework.